Yo, 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 yo. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's poppin'? What's good, what's good, what's good? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? Today's show, man. Listen, if guys don't realize that they actually need game after they watch today's show, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. But shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to April MC in the building. Shout out to Joe Blast, Unique 79, Monogamous Player in the building. What's up? Raul, AJ Lindo, what's going on? Who else we got up in here? AT in the chat. Wolf is up in here. Brandon Webb, what up, Miles? Johnson, Iceberg S in the building. K Zagan is in the building. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Rizzo Knobs, what's going on? Enter entrepreneur, my bad. What's popping with everybody? Shout out to everybody. So today I'm going to talk about how women use toxic femininity to manipulate weak men. So I actually have some clips of some women on TikTok who's basically teaching women out here how to finesse these dudes. It's so crazy. You know what I'm saying? They're not teaching women how to be better women and, like be a chick that a man would actually want to be with. So they're teaching these women how to finesse guys, and shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? But before we get into all that, though, let's do this.
Everybody has game. The thing is, though, is your game weak or is your game strong? See, that's the difference. See, having weak game is synonymous with having no game. But you have game, you have a strategy to get what you want, but your strategy might be weak.
I always tell these guys, snap your fingers. And I'll tell them, snap your fingers. Like, you hear that sound? I'm like, what is that sound? Bitch, that's a 17-year-old that just turned 18. That's a 19-year-old that just turned 21. They are just they're everywhere.
Hi, how you doing? You think I give a fuck about how you doing, bitch? All I want you to motherfucking do is open your mouth and say something so I can hear how your voice sounds so it can tell me how the fuck to get at you.
Your feelings are not facts. Because you feel like whatever you feel like, you can't get me to believe that there's more than two genders. You understand what I'm saying? And truthfully, I'm not sorry because I can't really make facts out of your fucking feelings. Matter of fact, fuck your feelings. There's only two genders. Only two genders. You trying to tell me that genders are neutral and niggas is trying to come up with 92 fucking genders, bro.
There's this narrative now that it's okay for a man to cry, and it's really pushing this sensitivity, express yourself, express your feelings. One thing I've always respected about my father growing up, I never seen my dad cry. Me and him would get into arguments, we would go at it, we would fight. I would say the harshest things to him I could to hurt his feelings, but I never broke him.
Shoot, just the right pair of shoes get your dick sucked. Just the right pair of shoes. Women don't, seriously, you could look like Boris Cujo, you'd be 6'8", have a print down to your knee. They look at those shoes, they bust, they just like, oh no, not him. Nah, boo-boo.
The bitches shine because of the nigga. Period. Like, and when it's functioning correctly, that's the way it is. So, on that note, dick is a gift. It's a gift. It's a gift.
You got to play your way from start to the end. That's having game. Because if you do that, what you expect is what's going to happen. See, don't no accidents happen with motherfuckers that got game.
All right, we back, people. We back. We are back in this bitch. What's going on, Miles?
Yo, I saw the title. I was like, I gotta get in on this shit, man.
When you see the clips that I got, you're gonna want to throw up. You understand what I'm saying? You're gonna be like, see, this is why we do what we do, and this is why we be trying to tell y'all guys, don't sleep on this game, because if you sleep on the game, I'm telling you that these women are going to play these games with you. You're going to get caught up. It's going to be a bunch of bullshit. You're going to be upset. You're going to be crying. You're going to turn MGTOW. You're going to do all that other shit. So
if you sleep on the game, you're going to have...
No, damn it.
That's what's up. Oh, man. So what I got here is I got like 6 or 7 clips from these different women on TikTok. And basically it's them giving women advice.
That's your first mistake.
Exactly. On giving women advice on how to finesse men.
Oh, Jesus.
So, you know, it's one thing if a person's giving advice where it's like, hey, look, you know, this is going to be the advice that's going to help you get the things you want by you being you, right? That's I get that. You understand? But what is going on in this type of advice is being very deceitful. You understand what I'm saying? And manipulative. So you even have guys out here who give guys goofy ass advice like this when it comes to attracting women. You understand what I'm saying? So they'll tell you to lie and manipulate and play all the games in order to get the girls, right? Now, this is the thing. What you have to understand is that the games will work on people who have low self-esteem. The game will work on goofy motherfuckers. So the videos that I'm going to show you, or that we're going to show you guys, this stuff works, but it only works on weak niggas. It works on dudes who don't actually have game. This is why we want you guys to step up your game so you don't freaking succumb to this nonsense. You feel what I'm saying? So let's just jump right into this shit, man, because I'm just like, oh my God, this shit is crazy. All right, so this first one is about this woman. She's teaching these women how to end the date when the guy is trying to get you to come back to his place, like how to sort of finesse it so you don't go back to his place and you keep getting shit popping. So let's start this. Here we go.
Hey girls, let me show you how to end the date, even though he's asking for you to come over. Let me give you a hug. Thank you so much for dinner. I had an amazing time. I actually have to get up early for work tomorrow, but maybe next week. I do look forward to us seeing each other next weekend though. And thank you so much again for dinner. You were such a gentleman and you looked so sexy tonight. Sometime next week. I know I said this week, but you know, I don't want you to feel as if things are being rushed, you know. I don't want you to feel that way, and I'm enjoying your company, and you know, I just know that when I do come over, it's gonna be amazing. And you know, I don't want you to feel as if things are being rushed, but I'll see you next week, okay?
All right. Now, hold on. This is the crazy part. This is the part I'm gonna show. Let me show you guys this, because this was a clip. This was a screenshot from that same video, right? And hold on. So no, I'm gonna show you that next. But let me show you this screenshot real quick first, right? So this girl says to her, she said, "Ain't no next week, LOL. He blocked right after the date. Clearly, we see what he's after, right?" So then the girl who created the video, the one in the video, she says, "You must don't know men. I've been able to drag this out with different men for at least a year. So if he blocks me, cool. I never gave him the pussy anyway." You understand what I'm saying? So this is crazy. And then what happened was a cute chick named Real April MC wrote a comment on her thing, and she said, "Tell me you're stringing along a guy without somebody telling me you're stringing along a guy." So then the creator said that's the whole point. Obviously, to get more money and gifts without giving it up. And then April said, "Yeah, that's toxic and dishonest," right? So what's happening is that she's purposely doing this to play these dudes. But understand this. Notice what she said in the fucking video. She said, "Thanks for dinner." You see what I'm saying? So who's taking these girls out to dinner? The niggas who ain't got no game.
Right.
She said, "Oh, you're a perfect gentleman." You see, you got to catch these words. These are the type of guys that's going to do this goofy ass shit. You feel what I'm saying? Oh. Well, Miles, what's your thoughts on that shit so far?
Man, yo, bro, man. Who's taking these chicks to dinner? Who's taking these chicks to dinner, bro? Hold on.
I don't do dinner dates anymore. Dinner? Why am I feeding you? I don't even know you.
You hear that shit?
Right.
Dinner, why am I feeding you? I don't even know you.
Exactly.
Why am I feeding you? I don't even know you. This is what we tell you guys. You don't feed these women.
Mm-hmm.
You do not feed these women, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Take them out for something small. You know you're gonna be talking a little bit, so you might get them a drink. You go coffee, some water, like a drink at a bar. You know what I'm saying? Maybe ice cream or something. You understand what I'm saying? You keep the shit small and simple, guys. What are you talking about?
Right.
And see again, and here's the thing. Certain things have to be, again, we tell you guys this shit all the time. Things have to be earned.
Mm-hmm.
Dinner has to be earned.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? It's like you guys put yourself in positions to get fleeced, to get like finesse, to get done, and then you want to blame chicks.
Right.
You understand? And then it's just so fucking sad, man. I feel real bad for these niggas, bro. I feel real bad. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what happens where, that type of shit is only going to work on a dude who's a sucker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit that works on a guy who doesn't have any game, a guy who has low self-esteem, a guy who's, dudes who don't understand this. And the thing is this, you have guys who just are ignorant, so they don't really know. So this is why they go with these things. And then they're under the illusion that women are, this sugar and spice, everything nice. And then, you gotta get them comfortable. You gotta court them, all this other nonsense. So she's playing into that. You see what I'm saying? She's like, oh, I don't want to rush this. Oh, I'm sorry. I just, things and stuff and all that. I told you guys, whenever there's resistance, that means she's not feeling you.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because the whole premise of the video is how to get away from not going back to his place. Why would she not want to go back to your place? I don't know. Maybe because she don't fucking like you.
I want to say this too, right? Because you see the way she's talking about, like she keeps repeating that she's pushing it off.
Right.
And they're stringing it along. They're prolonging the bullshit.
Exactly.
This is why, guys. This is why you have to have a standard of when you want to fuck.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You got to tell these chicks.
I want to have intercourse with you. Yeah, intercourse with you.
Relations. Right? You got to tell them. You have to let them know. Because listen, I'm the type of guy, sometimes I get it on the first date. Sometimes the chick is feeling me enough and we smash on the first date, but I never force it on the first date.
Right, exactly.
You know I will give a chick that first date. I'll give any chick that first date. I'll give it to you. You understand? That's the type of guy I am. I like to meet people. I like to get to know people. I like to chill. I actually like spending time, but I will only give you one.
Right, exactly.
Only.
Exactly.
You understand? By the second date, if you're still, and you hear, oh my God, shout out to them for being such beautiful actors because she's, you look so sexy and and dudes hear this tone of voice, their heart melts, bro.
Exactly.
You understand? But me, I'm like, girl, this is the second date. You know what I want to do. You have my information.
Exactly.
And after that, I'm done, bro.
Exactly. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, see, because notice what she said, and I'm gonna show you guys again in the fucking screenshot, right? She said to the girl. Now, the funny part is the girl above she said, ain't no week. LOL, he blocked right after the date. Clearly, we see what he's after. See, that girl don't even know what the fuck is going on. She think the nigga just want to fuck. So she's just like, whatever. But the girl created a video. She said, you must don't know, man. I've been able to drag this out over with different men for at least a year. Imagine you can drag a nigga out for a year. That's crazy. Like, how weak is your game that you talking to a girl for a year that you haven't smashed, you haven't done nothing you wanted to do with her at all?
You're right, bro. I might have to vomit, bro. Like, this shit is...
I'm telling you, it's crazy.
And let me finish what I'm saying. So every guy has their shit. You got some guys, they're willing to wait 3 dates. Do you?
Right.
Do you? But make it make sense.
Exactly.
Because if a bitch could string you out for a whole fucking year, bro, there's something wrong with that, my nigga.
Right.
Imagine a bitch telling you date after date after date. Oh, I didn't want to. You look so sexy, but I just don't want to. For a year, 365 days, 4 seasons.
Right.
What? Damn.
Shout out to my dude K Zagging in the building. What's going on, fam? Oh man.
If you say shit, I'm good for 3 dates. I'm just that type of nigga where I could do 3 dates and see the same chick and not smash. Cool. But after that 3rd fucking date, you let that fucking conniving, manipulating bitch know. Hey, look, I would tell a bitch straight to her face. This is the 3rd date. You have my information. Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here!
Respectfully.
Because think about this, guys. Women love sex too, right? So y'all been going on these dates and you want to fuck her real fucking bad.
Right.
And you telling me not once did she want to not fuck you as much as you want to fuck her? And if she doesn't want to fuck you as much as you want to fuck her, why waste the time and go on more dates for a year?
Exactly. Abel said you guys allow women to string you along for a year, but you won't vet her for a year. Facts.
Yo, no disrespect, Locario, but I just fell in love with April. I'm sorry. I just fell in love with April. Bro, to hear a woman say that shit.
Right, exactly. That's facts. Oh, man. The best.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas, oh my God. If she was on the show, I'd tell her to say it again. Y'all would really let a bitch string you along for a year. And then when we say, bro, y'all need to vet these chicks. Yo, niggas was on the show we did yesterday.
Right.
Wasn't niggas trying to make up excuses talking about, yo, well, if we're not going to talk and we're only going to smash, isn't there something else that we could talk about? Isn't there something else that we could do?
Right, exactly.
Excuses for these shit. Shout out to April MC.
and notice, I'm gonna show you the screenshot again. She said, drag this out with different men. That means multiple men for at least a year. That's not just one guy. That's multiple men. You understand what I'm saying? That's crazy. See, shout out to my dude Eddie Fees. He actually talked about this in the Game Kings documentary. He said that, if a woman can get a guy to do a bunch of stuff for her without her having to give him sex, she got game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So she fucking
and again, I want to let it be known. We're not necessarily hating on the chicks.
Right.
What we're really telling you guys is that if you allow this to happen, it's your fault.
Exactly.
Because again, a chick gonna do what she gonna do. He sees that you're that type of flexible ass nigga that is willing to go along with her program.
Right.
Why not? If I could get free dinners every 2 weeks for a year,
right?
That's like a fucking coupon. That's like winning the lottery. Why not?
Like she probably don't have to pay for dinners all year, because if let's say she got 3 or 4 guys, that's just, you know what I'm saying, sending her money, sending her food, like she good. You understand what I'm saying? So
these chicks is living, bro. That's how they living.
That's how it goes. But she actually, let me go to the next video, because she actually has one more that I wanted to show you guys, and then we have some other ladies that had some videos, but talking about some shit. But this is her second video that I saw that I thought was interesting. So let's check this out and see what she's talking about.
Hey girls, let me give you some flirting tips, and these tips may just make him stuck on you. Hi baby. Hey handsome. You look so sexy. Hey sexy. Always use pet names. Pet names, pet names, pet names. They love it, they love it, they love it. I'm so sorry, what did you say? I was so distracted by your lips. I mean, they're just something. Always talk a little dirty. Just lead them on. I get it. Some girls are scary, whatever. But talking a little sexy, that's how you do it, girl. If you're on a date with him, sit near him. Enter his space. He's not gonna know what to do. literally. Take control of those small little things, and he is going to go wild and feel very lost.
Yo, like, yo, do you see? Okay, first of all, I want you guys to understand something. The fact that she can say this, and the fact that other women can relate to this shit, that means niggas out here is weak. Okay, because she said she said so much shit in there that shows you she's dealing with a weak man. Because first of all, look at the thing about this, right? She says, "Oh well, tell him how sexy he is. Look, oh, I'm just staring at your sexy lips and all this other shit," right? She's like, "Oh, he's gonna be so thrown off. He's not gonna know what to do. You're gonna sit next to him and get in his space, and then he's gonna be so confused." Who's gonna be like that except for a beta male?
Exactly.
Who's gonna be like that except for a guy who don't know what the fuck to do with women? Because if I'm with a chick and she tried that shit on me, right? She talking about, "Oh, your lips is real sexy," right? Listen, now all that means is you inviting me to make something happen, right? So now you're gonna have to actually be, you understand what I'm saying? Like, see, exactly. You're gonna be like, listen, because see, when she's dealing with a real nigga, he gonna actually take her up on that shit. Like, "Oh, you think my lips is sexy, don't you?" Okay. You know what I mean? Like, and then she's gonna be like, "Oh shit, I didn't expect him to respond that way and try to do something with me because I thought he was a weak motherfucker, like all the rest of them."
Yo, I never said this, but something I've noticed, especially on dating apps, right? Like, for example, you remember how a while back you said that pretty much 100% of the chicks that called you handsome on the dating apps, you never got to smash?
Right, exactly.
Pretty much 100% of the chicks that say hun or sweetie, or like you said, handsome or sexy, never.
Right.
They never. Honestly, if you're just meeting with a chick and she says hun or sweetie right off the bat, it's safe to take it as a sign of low interest. Trust me. The sad part is a lot of you niggas would think the opposite.
Right.
Whenever I match with a chick and she says, "Hey, hun, how are you?" or "Hey, sweetie, how's your Friday treating you?" or some shit like that.
Exactly. Right.
Like, I already get deflated. I'm like, "Oh shit, she done fucked up."
And you know what's crazy about this situation with this video? See, like as a man who's really understanding how to do this shit, you would already have been flirting with her anyway, right? So, and even if she did it first, right? All that means, oh, okay, so we about to go fuck then. You understand what I'm saying? Because as soon as she said, "Oh, you got some sexy ass lips," I wouldn't even said anything. I would have grabbed her hand and said, "Let's go."
Let's go.
She's like, "Where we going?"
That's something else I wanted to address. On the flip side of things, this bitch needs to be careful because she's putting bitches in a dangerous situation.
That's facts.
She's putting bitches in a very dangerous situation.
Right.
You understand? Because she seems to be an experienced chick. Because first of all, her shit wouldn't even work because I'm already telling her where to sit.
Exactly. Right.
Y'all know me. I've ended dates with bad bitches because they wouldn't sit where I told them to sit. So all of that, "Oh, sit next to him and get up in his space." I'm putting you in my space. So you're
that's what I'm talking about.
I'm putting you in my space. So you're done. All of that shit is done. And this is what, guys, awareness and leading the interaction is highly important because you can't allow a chick's agenda to go where she wants it to go. You just can't do that. But again, I started out by saying this chick is putting certain females in a dangerous situation because she's experienced and she knows game. And a lot of chicks who are not as experienced as she is, they will put themselves into a messed up situation with a highly aggressive red pill rage type nigga.
Exactly right. That's what I'm saying.
And I'll leave it at that because YouTube is on their bullshit.
Right. So you already know. So that, I'm telling you, and understand, none of these things that these women are talking about works on a man who has game. Because all the shit we telling y'all, listen, like all these little maneuvers and tactics and all this other shit, it works on dudes who are thirsty. It works on dudes who ain't got no fucking game, dudes who don't understand women, dudes who haven't been with a chicken. Because again, if a chick is stringing you along for a year, like, you're finished. You understand what I'm saying?
365 days?
Right. It's crazy. But let's go to this next clip. I'm sure most of y'all are familiar with this type of bullshit, but let's watch this.
If you're ever in a position where someone's asking you to hang out, but you really don't want to go, but you're too nice of a person to tell them no directly or to their face, do what I do and just tell them what they want to hear and then do what you want. For example, you could say, sure, I'll hang out with you, and then blow them off at the last minute.
Right. This chick said, you know what the funny part about that video is? She said, you're too nice to tell them that you don't want to hang out. So what you should do is tell them what they want to hear, which is tell them you do want to hang out. And then just don't go see them. Just basically fucking flake.
But you know what she's really saying? What she's really saying is she's saying if you're too nice to tell them directly, right? But what she's really saying is, okay, if you're too much of a coward.
Exactly. Exactly.
Too much of a coward to be honest. Or if you, because okay, it's one or two things. You're too much of a coward to be honest, right? And most women are kind of, you know, on a primal side, they're kind of scared of men. So I get that to a certain extent. But then on the other side, like from the perspective of the other girl from the previous video,
right?
You might have a guy that you've been stringing along for the last 8 months.
Right, exactly.
He's been giving you free dinners, but you don't want to hang out with him tonight. So you're like, eh.
Right.
So it's not that you're a coward or that you're too nice. You just don't want to fuck up your investment on free dinners.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So, Lord.
Exactly.
and the fact that y'all niggas get caught up in this type of shit, bruh.
And it's the type of situation where a dude would keep trying to get at this girl. You understand what I'm saying? But this is how they're thinking. They're like, oh, I'll just tell him. Because imagine you saying to this chick, yo, let's meet up Friday for drinks or whatever, right? And she says, cool, sure, yeah. She knows she don't want to do it. So she said, hit him up last minute to tell him you can't. So now what happens is it's Tuesday, you told her Friday. So you have Friday locked in for her. You see? And then now she's going to hit you, when you try to confirm Friday or whatever, she's going to be like, oh, I'm sorry, something came up, I can't make it, right? So now she fucking fucked up that time slot, right? So now what happens is that dudes who are goofy, what they'll try to do is they'll try to call her again next week. Oh, hey, wanted to see if you was free so we could get together. But she purposely fucking flaked on you from the beginning because she didn't want to go to see you anyway, but she just told you that, yeah, I'll come through because she was trying to be nice. You see? So this is why you gotta, like, guys, when a chick be flaking and doing all that other stuff, especially when it's like the first date, it ain't like you've been with this girl for like 7 months or whatever, and she was like, oh, I'm sick tonight, I'll see you next week or whatever. That's one thing. But if this is like your first time seeing a girl, you know what I'm saying? Probably even the second time, whatever, and she's on some, oh, well, yeah, I'll make it, and then all of a sudden at the last minute, don't, fuck out of here. You understand what I'm saying?
Get the fuck out of here!
That's it.
Get the fuck out of here!
It's ridiculous. I'm like, man. But if you have questions for the Q&A chat, we're gonna save the questions to the end. Let me get to this next video. All right, now this next one is real goofy. I was like, what the fuck is this woman talking about? But she's talking about keeping the power in the dynamic. So let's watch this shit.
Hey girlies, here are some toxic dating tips for my toxic girl bosses. If you want to date him, never go to his apartment. The second you go to his apartment, you're gonna lose all the power. And the thing about power is you wanna keep it at all costs. However, if it's just a hookup, that's okay. You can go to his apartment because then you can leave whenever you want. If you leave whenever you want, the power remains yours. Follow me for more toxic dating tips.
What the fuck?
Why do they label themselves toxic as well? Like, that's,
I don't know. Like,
They know what it is.
Exactly. Wait, so she said
self-aware. That's crazy.
So she said if you're dating him, don't go to his house because then you're gonna lose the power. I don't see the correlation. How do you lose the power by going to his house? But then she says it's okay if you want to hook up, just hook up. You can go to his house because you can leave at any time. So is she saying, oh, just go to his house, and if you don't feel like hooking up, just leave? Is that what she said? I don't understand what the fuck she was talking about. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm just gonna assume that she meant, if you're gonna hook up, you're just free to leave at any time, and just because you're hooking up, it doesn't make a difference, whatever happens. But see, also, again, like you were saying earlier, Miles, some of these women have to be careful because certain dudes out here is fucking nuts. You understand? So you go over niggas' houses and you're like, well, I can leave whenever I want. He's gonna be looking at you like, oh, really? You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be a wrap. So I'm just saying, but the thing is this, is that because you know what's interesting about that statement? She's like, well, you can leave whenever you want. And also understand this, that's actually not true. Because what if you over my house and you don't feel like leaving, but I want you to leave? So you could just leave whenever you want now? Because no, you leave when I tell you to fucking go. I want you to go now. You know what I'm saying?
Emotional damage.
You know what I mean? I'm looking at you and like, it'd be like
Get
this.
the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here!
Respectfully. You understand? Like, that's what it is, man. It's ridiculous out here. Oh my God.
Yo, certified Tyrone, take it easy. Take it.
Wait, what he said? What you talking about?
Don't put it on the thing. Just read it. Don't put it on
okay. Yeah, motherfuckers, this guy chill. All right, so let's get to. We got two more short videos, and then we done with this part. And you guys can call in. You could leave your questions in the chat, and we'll get to that shit. Okay. This next video, ridiculous. Anyway,
I don't know
let's
who
go.
needs to hear this, but the next time that you are talking to a guy, instead of asking him how tall he is, ask him how short he is. His response to this question and this wording will tell you everything that you need to know about him. Follow for more tips.
Which one of you niggas is putting her high up on the sexual market thing?
I don't know.
I'm looking at her and I'm like,
he was like, I don't know about that one. You know what I'm saying?
Like she looked like an albino with Down syndrome or something. Like I can't. No.
Yo, but this is the funny part. See, but it sounds like that's a question a woman will ask you on an online dating site, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you guys have been listening to what we've been saying, and I said this a million fucking times, you never, ever, 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 under any circumstances, in that situation, situations like this, you never answer a woman. You understand what I'm saying? So if she's on a dating site and y'all match, and she says, how short are you? Or even how tall are you? Or even, oh, how about we do that? No, I'm not answering your questions. You understand what I'm saying? You don't answer a woman's questions. See, again, when you're talking to a woman, you're leading the conversation and she's following your lead, period. Just always remember that. So if a woman says to you on an online dating site, right? She says, hey, can we talk on here more, right? You can respond and say, here's my number. Text me or call me, whichever one you want to tell her. Say, call me and then we'll talk. You understand? You're not answering her, meaning you're not continuing to talk to her on the site. You're telling her what to do now. You understand what I'm saying? So if a woman's like, how short are you, right? You ignore that shit. You say, let's say you match with a girl. Hey, what's up? You free Friday to get this drink? She says, how short are you? Your next message should be like, hey, what's up? You free Friday to get a drink? That's it. That's it. That is it.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? And if she don't respond to that, then she's done. Or you just ignore her from the first part. Right. But the point is that you don't say, she's like, oh, how short are you? Well, I'm actually, 5'8", but in boots, I'm like 5'9". Like, the fuck you answering her for? Like, women should never be questioning you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like this is what you have to understand. Like when you're interacting with a woman, never be in a situation where she's questioning you and you're answering her shit like she's interviewing you. No, this is not an interview.
Yo, I had to end the date last night for that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like you got there having chicks question you and shit. No. You understand? Like that already, like your antennas should be up whenever you see situations like that, where chicks asking you questions or telling you to like almost like demanding for you to respond to her in the way she wants you to respond and shit. Like that shit, oh my God, that should just be like...
Bro, that shit that you just said is so crazy because it's crazy how women will question you and then you answer them. And then because it's not, first of all, it's not the answer that they want to hear, and you're not answering it how they want you to answer it.
Right.
Bro.
It's ridiculous.
I was on the date with the chick last night. I said to her, would you like this to continue or not? Because we can wrap this up.
Right.
And then she started in with her like trying to save her pride. Like, oh, well, I'm a big girl. I can get up and leave when I want to and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And then I just sat there. You know, when you do that thing where you give niggas a silent treatment and you go like this.
Right.
I didn't do that, but I just sat there like this. I just sat there and just kind of stared at the wall.
Right. Right.
until she got the point and fucking left.
Right. Right.
Bro, some of these women are not even toxic, bro. They are toxic, but the thing is that they have so much like trauma and deep-seated issues. And if you're not careful,
right.
That clip that you sent me, I'm gonna do a video on it tomorrow too.
Right.
But if you're not careful, bro, you will absorb that toxicity and internalize it and think that you will actually think that there's something wrong with you.
Exactly.
That's the worst thing you can do as a man, bro. That's the worst thing you could do as a man.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you guys definitely do not answer these women's questions, man, because again, at that point, you're following her too when you're answering her questions.
Exactly.
So you have to understand it. Like just because think about the dynamic, right? If I say to a girl, like, think about this and how it's actually disrespectful. Because think about this. I match with a girl on Tinder, right? I say, hey, how are you? Are you free this Friday to get drinks? Yeah. And then she responds and says, oh, can we actually talk more on here first before we decide to go anywhere? Like, what? Like, are you serious? So basically, this is basically what she said. She didn't say, hey, can we actually talk on here more before we go on a date? What she really said was, fuck what you trying to do what I want you to do, or else I'm not fucking with you. That's what she's saying.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what she's saying.
Right. No.
So I'm like, yo, when you see chicks do this, you don't take them seriously. You understand they don't really have interest in you like that.
Right.
Because if they had interest, when I say, hey, are you free Friday? It would be either yes or no. She'd be answering the question.
Yep.
Because I'm the one who's giving the fucking questions that she needs to answer. And the fact that she's not answering it, that's disrespect. You see what I'm saying? Straight disrespect. Because understand this, right? What happens is that when a chick is, you in the process of using a man, right? Because understand, us men, we use women also. But usually when we use women, it's for sex. So we're at least giving a woman something while we're using them. You understand what I'm saying?
Dick is a gift.
We're giving them something at least, right?
It's a gift.
When a woman uses you, she's usually giving you nothing.
Oh my God.
You understand what I'm saying? So when a woman uses a man, the man gets nothing. When a man uses the woman at least gets something.
Dick is a gift.
You see what I'm saying?
It's a gift.
So
it's a gift. Dick.
You got to understand, man, that that happens. So you just got to understand that that's the shit that goes down. So when you see that the woman's trying to use you, you got to nip that shit in the bud.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? But let's get to this last clip from this girl real quick right here.
Okay, if a guy is pressuring you to hook up and you don't feel ready yet, then you could use one of these 2 lines. But before I tell you what the lines are, make sure you say it with a smile because you don't want him to take it as rejection. Okay, the first line is, that's just not my style. And the second line is, I just like to take things slow. Follow for more and good luck.
See? You see? Notice, but you know what's funny? What she first said was, if a guy is trying to pressure you into doing it.
Right.
A woman only feels pressured into sex when she is with a guy she does not want to have sex with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's fucking ridiculous. And then she says, that's not my style. Right? Again, that's not her style with you. But if it was with a guy she actually wanted to do it with, she'd do it.
That's her style. But one thing I would give to this chick is that as far as toxicity levels, I think this was the least toxic video.
Exactly right. You know what I'm saying? Like, we saved the least for last.
Like, okay, I mean, hey, that's not your style. Listen, you got my information. You know what I'm trying to do.
Right.
When you're ready.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys have to notice the whole thing of where I keep trying to tell y'all, resistance equals low interest. You understand what I'm saying? The more resistant, the lower the interest.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? And so when you're noticing all this stuff where it's like, see, this is what women try to basically make it seem as if, this is how they are, because understand this, when you're a guy who's a beta male motherfucker, right? Your reality is women like to wait. Women don't have sex on the first date.
Right. You think that shit is real.
Exactly. Women have to build rapport with you before you understand all that bullshit.
Wait, hold on one second. I just want to say this. Michael Jackson said this. If someone tells a lie enough times, it begins to sound like the truth.
Exactly.
And that's why it becomes the reality of a beta male.
Like beta males think they got to build rapport with a woman. Beta males feel like they got to take a girl on 3, 4, 5 dates before sex happens. Beta males think that a woman needs to be emotionally attached to you to have sex. You understand what I'm saying? Beta males think that, a woman can't just have sex on the first night. You understand? And that's what happens. That's what happens. So guys, you got to understand that these women out here, they will be able to manipulate you if you're a weak motherfucker.
Right.
You understand? This is why we try to tell y'all guys that game is important, because game shields you from the nonsense. And also what happens is this too. A lot of guys, they fall for this stuff because they're scared to kick a girl to the curb. They're scared to lose a woman. So they're like, oh, well, I don't want to mess things up. Like dudes that think this is why they get strung along, because in their mind they're like, oh well, I got to take it slow with her. She's not like those other girls, these other thoughts. This is why all you guys who's all caught up in the pair bonding and the body counts and all that other nonsense, y'all are the guys who get caught and got by these women,
right?
Because they're playing into you being naive. See, like the funny part is people want to talk shit about the Tinder swindler, but women are the original Tinder swindlers. You feel what I'm saying? Like, what you talking about? They're the original. They're the goats. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy. I'm telling you, man. But guys, if you want to call up, call the numbers 516-387-1224, 516-387-1224. We're not going to be here too long. So, if you want to make that happen, We'll be here probably another 15, 20 minutes. If you have a question, put a Q in the chat, and we'll make that happen. But let's get to some of these questions real quick. And then if you guys want to call in, we'll take a few calls, and then we will head up out of here.
What is the Tinder swindler? Go to Netflix, bro.
Oh, yeah. You late. You got to You got to see what's popping out here in these streets. You feel me? All right, let's get to some of these questions. Okay, here we go. Let's see. All right, so it says, if a chick tells you that she thinks she's too old for me, is that considered resistance? Yes. You understand? Listen, women have a bunch of excuses and reasons on deck. Like, I'm sure there gotta be a book. You understand what I'm saying? With just a bunch of reasons women can give you as to why they can't fuck with you. There's gotta be a book. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, well, you're too young for me. You're like you're like my son's age. Nigga, if she wanted to fuck you, she'd fuck you.
Right.
Chick will be like, oh, I don't know you like that. Oh, I have a boyfriend. Oh, I got to get to know you a little more. Oh, it's that time of the month.
That's not my style.
That's not my style. Oh, we got to get to know each other on this app more. Oh, you're not vaccinated. Like, whatever the fuck they can come up with, you understand what I'm saying? They're going to come up with an excuse, and all the excuses mean, I don't like you. You understand? That's all it means. You understand? But so a lot of guys, what happens is that because they've been in situations where they wore some women down, they think that's the way to go all the time. They're like, well, okay, well, maybe we could just be friends, girl, like blah, 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 and all this other stupid shit. And because a woman is thirsty for attention, sometimes she'll take them up on that. Okay, yeah, we could just be friends. You understand what I'm saying? But understand, she don't fucking like you. You know what I mean? She don't like your ass. So Sauce said, how do you get what you want from a woman, bruh?
You don't take no for an answer, and then you get on your numbers game.
This guy, he said it's such a broad fucking question, like, bro. Like,
I mean, but it's the answer is simple. You don't take no for an answer, and you stay on your numbers game.
Right. Well, when we say we don't take no for an answer, we're not talking about freaking grabbing a bitch up. We're talking about when a chick says no, you move on to the next chick. That's what
yeah, right. That's what I'm saying.
Stupid niggas gonna be like, oh, well, Miles said you don't take no for an answer.
No. See, not taking no for an answer means you stop communication once she starts saying shit you don't want to hear.
Right. Exactly.
You understand? That's what not taking no for an answer means.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you talking with a chick, you're vibing with a chick, you be like, hey, let's go over here. And she's like, no, I don't know. And you be like, all right, peace, have a good night.
Exactly. Right.
And then you go talk to another girl immediately. And then you say to that other girl, hey, I'm trying to go over here. And she's like, oh, well, peace, have a good night. Then you go to another girl. So this is you not taking no for an answer and increasing your numbers.
Right.
But then when you get to that third girl, you'll be like, hey, girl, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go over here. She's like, oh, yeah, let's go over there. It seems cool. Let's go. And you're like, all right, cool. Let's go.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's not taking no for an answer. And because most of you guys, hear what most of you guys do. You take no for an answer.
Mm-hmm.
You're the guys that get strung along for a fucking year.
Right.
Because you keep accepting her no's as an answer.
Exactly.
You understand? When somebody say no, and I say I'm not taking that as an answer, it's like we can't communicate anymore because now you're speaking a different fucking language.
Exactly. Facts.
We're done. Like, we're done talking. Like, hey, girl, let's go over here. Like I told you when I was on that date and I told the girl, hey, sit right here. And she was like, well, I want to sit over there. And I was like, I'm going to need you to sit here or else the date's going to be over.
Mm-hmm.
She said, well, I can't sit in that seat that you told me to sit in. And I was like, all right, well, you have a good night. We're done talking.
Mm-hmm.
No reason for us to communicate anymore.
Right.
So that's what taking no for not taking no for an answer means. It means you move on immediately once the chick starts saying some shit you don't want to fucking hear. Not anything else having to do with being aggressive or trying to, use force to do anything.
Right.
You understand? You remove yourself from a situation because you're not. I refuse to take no for an answer. Therefore, I'm moving on.
Right. That's real shit. So Brandon Webb says, do you or Miles have examples / experiences on turning the tables on chicks like the ones you showed in these video clips? Meaning, did you roast them or on some nuance shit? Hell no. Listen, I'm not roasting no chick because for what? She's not important. See, this is the thing. And when it comes to like turning the tables, right? See, this is what you have to understand, right? There's no trying to turn the tables with the chick. You understand? It's either this. It's like I present what I want her to do, and she does it or she doesn't do it. If she doesn't do it, I don't fuck with her. If she does do it, I fuck with her. It's that simple. Now, there are times where a woman is playing as if she's not interested, and you know she's interested because you understand game. So what happens is that you basically know how to maneuver and interact with her to get shit going. You understand? Then there's situations where a chick is actually being on some bullshit, like some of the stuff they were talking about in these videos, and there's no turning the tables because she's already on some bullshit. She's already not interested. She's already playing those games. You see what I'm saying? And so what happens is this: when a guy has game, right, it's gonna clash with their game, with them playing those games, I should say, right? When a guy really has game where he's like authentic, you understand, and he's really about it, it's gonna clash with a woman playing games. And then so what happens is that, for example, like in the other video when a girl was like, oh, just, flirt with him and tell him, oh, you have some sexy lips. Because if she says that, I'm a grab her hand and be like, let's go. And then what's gonna happen is she's gonna be like, oh shit, where we going? I'm like, we going back to the crib. She's like, oh no, well, I don't want to do that. I'm like, all right, well, listen, you got my number. When you're ready to come to the crib, hit me up, and then I'm out.
That's it.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not fucking trying to turn no tables and shit. This is what I want to do, and that's that. I remember years ago, I was on a fucking radio interview, right? And I always hate when motherfuckers do this. I think it's so goofy, but I was like, fuck it, I'll play along, right? So I was on a radio interview, and it was these two guys and a girl co-host, right? So the guy was like, oh, Mr. Locario, can you show us some of your mat game, with the girl or whatever? So me and the girls role playing, right? So I say to the girl, I say, hey, what's up? What you getting into tonight, right? And then the girl says, oh, nothing. I was just like hanging out with my friends, but I'm about to go back home or something. She says something like that. So I said, listen, this is what I want you to do. I want you to roll with me back to this spot, and we're gonna go get a drink, and then we're gonna come back to my place, right? And then the girl was like, oh no, well, I don't know you like that, right? So then I said to her, okay, cool, well, listen, have a good night. And I ended it. And the guys was like, that's how you would end? I said, yeah. And he was like, but what happened? And why didn't you? I said, she said she was being resistant. So why am I going to keep going?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So what they were looking for was for me to turn the tables or do some type of trick to try to get her to do what no, I'm not doing no tricks. I tell you what I want. You either do it or you don't. And if you don't, I'm gone. It's that simple. It's that simple, because understand this. By you continuously trying to turn the tables or do a bunch of other extra shit with a woman who's clearly showing little to no interest, that's you putting her on a pedestal now. Chasing her now. Why am I doing that? Why am I overextending myself when I could just get a new chick? Remember, I said in the other show, right? Don't try to change a chick, change the chick. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and try to convince you all day, and you understand? Now remember, again, don't get that confused with seduction, because you seduce women who have interest in you. They might have medium interest or whatever, but when a woman is showing no interest, or she's showing that extreme resistance of trying to not make shit happen, right? That means that she's not really interested, and you're just wasting time and putting her on a pedestal by trying to make something happen. And a lot of times that has more to do with your ego than it has to do with anything else happening in the situation. You see what I'm saying? So understand that aspect of it. Hold on, let's take this call real quick. Hold on, we're gonna go to 915. 915, what's popping? Who's this? What's up?
Hey, Locario, it's Brandon. It's Brandon. I just asked that question.
What's good? What's good?
I donated.
Appreciate it. What's going on?
What I was getting at, Mr. Locario, was I didn't mean like you so much turn the tables to get that result that you wanted from her, like sleeping with her. I meant, when she's playing you.
Mm-hmm.
So you're like, oh, I know this bitch is playing me. So how about I just turn the tables, meaning I'll just fucking like turn around and play her? Or is that basically the same shit as validating her and putting her on a pedestal?
That's the thing. That's the thing. You don't say I'm going to turn around and play her. You understand what I'm saying? What it is that if you see that she's on some game playing bullshit, what's going to happen is that automatically, if you're a guy who has tight game, automatically she's going to charge herself to the game, or she's going to charge herself to the situation, meaning she's going to eject from the situation. You understand? Because see, the thing is, I may not even know she's playing games, but what's going to happen is that where I'm taking it because I'm leading the interaction, her intentions are going to reveal itself. So, for example, like I said, if the girl was like, oh, you're so sexy, you got some sexy ass lips, I'm be like, all right, cool. Well, listen, I'm gonna grab her hand and I'm gonna walk her out the place. I'm be like, yo, we going back to my place right now. Come here. You understand? And then what's going to happen is because she was playing games and she wasn't really trying to go back to my place, she's going to be like, well, wait, hold on. Where are we going? Why are we doing that? No, I don't want to. You understand? It's going to be revealed that she was bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? So now that I know she's bullshitting, right? All I do is charge it to the game, or I just say, hey, listen, whenever you're ready to make something happen, hit me up. And then I end the date. So this is what I'm saying where...
No shit.
Right. So this is what I'm saying. When you actually have game and you're the one leading and you're the one creating the situations you want, none of the bullshit games that they play is going to get to you. When you already have a standard of how you want things to go, like, for example, if I go out to on a night with Miles and I'm like, yo, I'm going to go out and get some, holler at some chicks and try to pull some chicks back to the crib, right? Let's say I meet some girls and we at a bar and a girl comes up to me like, oh, hey, what's up? Do you want to buy me a drink? Fuck no, I ain't buying you no drink. My agenda is not to buy you a drink. You understand? I have no interest in buying you a drink. Now, a dude who's goofy and who has weak game, he feels he might have to buy her a drink in order to get him to like her and all this other stuff. But what I'm saying is I already have a standard for what I'm doing. So I don't care what she wants me to do. I only care what I want to do. And what I want to do is I want to take you out the spot. So all I'm doing is I'm fulfilling my agenda to take the girl out the spot. So when she says, listen, you want to buy me a drink? I'm like, no, but actually, later, Miles, I'll be like, you know what? I actually don't want to buy you a drink. But what I do want to do is I want to fuck the shit out of you. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I say to her.
And real quick, Locario, I just realized that you were spitting that real shit. I just realized that, you know what? Maybe I was just thinking on some revenge type shit, that's weak shit, right? That's
exactly. And there's guys who think that way. There's a lot of guys who think, oh, well, let me get back at her. There's a lot of dudes on YouTube that talk that stupid shit like, oh, get back at the girl, flake on her because she flaked on you, stupid shit. You understand what I'm saying? So I tell you guys, don't bother with that nonsense. Like, just move on, actually get a chick who's about something. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, real quick, Mr. Locario, did Miles take off?
Yeah, he's going. He had to bounce.
All right. Well, shout out to Miles. Shout out to everybody.
All right, my brother. All right, man. I'm a holla. Peace. All right. All right. Let me get through to some of these questions, and then we're gonna head about it because we're gonna make this too long. All right. So so it says you said never answer to a woman. I'm confused. How should I respond to a woman whenever she asks a question on a dating app? I always notice I get asked, what do you do for a living? Do I have my own? Again, this is what I'm saying. Don't answer them. You understand what I'm saying? So if a girl says, listen, let's say, again, I'll give you a scenario. Let's say you match with a girl and the first message you send, which is what you should send, is you tell her, hey, listen, let's get together this, Friday evening to get a drink or whatever it is, right? Hey, what's up? You free Friday? Let's get together and get a drink, right? Now, if her response is, hey, well, what do you do for a living? Right? You do not acknowledge that. You don't even say, hey, I don't want to talk about what I do for a living. Don't even respond, because that's you responding to that. What you do is you ignore that and you say, hey, what are you up to Friday night? Like, you act like she didn't even say it. You understand what I'm saying? So what that does is that it shows her that you're not trying to answer her questions. And on top of that, it shows her that she actually ignored what you asked her. You understand? Because that's what she did. She actually ignored what you asked her. You said, hey, are you free Friday night to get a drink? She never answered that question. So she now then asked you a question without even answering your question. So in essence, why am I even answering her question when she never answered my question? You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So what I'm saying to you is this, is that you don't answer the questions that they're asking you, right? Let's say, for example, you said, hey, let's meet up Friday for a drink. Are you free? And she says, yes. And you say, okay, cool. Meet me at the Main Street bar at 8 o'clock. She says, sounds good. And then let's say she says, hey, what do you do for a living? Let's say she wants to start the conversation. You say, hey, looking forward to seeing you on Friday. We'll talk then. That's it. Don't sit there going back and forth with a chick doing all that other goofy shit. You see what I'm saying? Because what it is that you want to let the woman know that you are not down for the fuckery. You understand? Because see, I probably got to do a whole program on this. I might do a Bad Boy membership program on this. But basically what you want to happen is you want to show the woman, or you want her to recognize. So you don't even need to show, but you want her to recognize. You want her to recognize that you're not a beta male. You understand? So what happened is certain actions dictate to the woman you're a beta. That you're like the rest of these goofy niggas out here. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, so just set your agenda to what you want to do. You understand? And a good rule of thumb is this, right? Whenever you're talking to these women from the jump, right? Always ask yourself when you're communicating with them, always ask yourself, am I leading and is she following? Or is she leading and am I following? You understand? Ask yourself that question. Say, am I leading and is she following? Or is she leading and am I following? Because if I go on a dating site and I say, hey, let's get together for drinks this weekend, are you free? And she says, but hey, let's talk on here more. What do you do for a living? And I say, oh, well, I'm actually a dating coach, blah, 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 blah. Now she's leading and I'm following. But if I say, hey, let's get together Friday evening, are you free? She says, yes. And I say, okay, cool. Meet me at the Main Street bar at 8 o'clock. And she says, okay, sounds good. I'm leading and she's following. So understand when you're answering her questions, she is leading and you're following. It's that simple. I'm going to say that again. When you're answering her questions, she is leading and you are following. And we all know who follow women, beta males. You get it? Let me get to a few more of these questions. You says, if she asks how short I am while on a date, do you still ignore her? She's going to see how short you are when you're on the date, bro. I'm talking about when you're having a conversation on an online dating site, right? Now, when you're in an actual conversation with a woman, right? And y'all are going back and forth, right? You can answer some of the questions she's asking you, but I'm talking about when you're first trying to set up a date on an online dating site, when you're first trying to set up a date in a situation, when you're first trying to get it from point A to point B, don't have her question you. So what I mean is that you're trying to set up a date and what she's creating is a barrier or hoops for you to jump in through in order for you to get past her test so that she can decide whether or not she's going to bless you with the date. Fuck out of here. You understand? All right, next question is, how do you manage your schedule to take last minute flakes into account? Well, this is the thing. What it is that just in your life in general, right? What you do in your life should, like, you should already have so many things going on. You understand what I'm saying? You should have so many things that you do right? You should have so much like enjoyment in your life that you would always have something else to put in that place, right? So what was funny was, you know, I've had times where like a chick will flake at the last minute, and I was like, cool. You know, I was thinking to myself, cool, I could go do that thing that I wanted to do. And it could be anything. It could be me working on, you know, some music, fucking playing video games, fucking watching a movie I wanted to didn't watch the night before. Whatever it is, there's other things, or even talk like hooking up with another girl or whatever, calling another girl. You understand? So there's different things that you can do to replace that situation. What you don't want to do is you don't want to sit there sulking. You understand? And making that shit go down. Oh yeah, and I remember, guys, I wanted to remind you guys, on Sunday, February 27th, we're going to be doing again the online dating profile review. So make sure that you guys send in your pics and bio to questionsforlocario@gmail.com. That's questionsforlocario@gmail.com. If you want your stuff, you know, actually evaluated. You feel what I'm saying? Let me get a few more of these questions and I'm gonna head up out of here. You said, okay, we just did that one. You said, if a girl asks me how short I am while on a date, do you still ignore her? Well, again, on the date, right? First of all, if a girl's asking you how short you are, that's disrespectful, right? Because she's basically like just playing games, right? So you can laugh that off. You can, play around with her and be like, well, listen, I'll tell you how short I am if you tell me, how much you really weigh. You feel what I'm saying? If you want to go there, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to start cutting up, you could do that. But what I want you guys to understand is that the essence of what I'm saying when I say don't let a woman question you is don't let a woman evaluate you to where she's saying, well, let me see if this guy's up to snuff before I decide to deal with him. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So is it wrong to spit game on your cousin to practice your mouthpiece game? What? What do you mean? Jada, is it wrong to like try to put your cousin on? I don't understand that question. You said, how much should a woman pay for the gift? It's a gift. Hilarious. 929, I'm gonna get you in a second. He says, is your not black enough one of the book excuses? I'm black but not fluent in Ebonics? What? I don't know what to say with that one. Said, I'm trying to contact Kevin Samuels to be part of the Sunday show you guys have. What are you talking about? Yes, what are you talking about? You guys are hilarious. So callers should know women come from a negative place when they do that playing game. As men, we should never come from a negative place. We should never turn the table or our invitation. Okay, so yeah, you're saying like don't try to get back at her. I agree. You said, how do you not let rejection break your soul? After one rejection, I want to crawl into a hole. Oh man, listen, guys. I gotta understand that rejection is part of it, man. It's part of the game. It's part of the fucking game, people. Don't let rejection get you down because it's part of the game. You can't get a woman that wants to fuck with you if you aren't getting women who don't want to fuck with you. It's the balance of life, people. You gotta get over that at some point. So is it already setting what? Too much leverage, apologizing for telling a chick, don't talk to me until she's watched a link I sent her because I had a feeling she was ignoring what? I have no idea what you're talking about, Jared. You don't have to. Some of y'all got questions I got to call up because I'm like, what are y'all talking about? You know what I'm saying? But let me get this call real quick and then we're going to head up out of here. 929, what's popping? Who this?
Yo, Locario was good as G. Yeah, I donated.
What up? Appreciate the donation, bro. What's going on? What's going on?
What's going on? I want to know if I came off a little too strong with this chick. So I had a date set up where today, and I told her, I followed what you guys said, yo, wear all black. I told her, wear all black. She was like, why? I'm going to wear what I want. I'm like,
God. Oh, God. Hold on, let me hit the button.
Yeah.
This lady. That's funny. And it's so what happened after that?
After that, I said, okay, I'm gonna give this chick one more chance. And I said, well, I didn't mean all black. I said, well, all black panties. And she's like, oh, you bugging. You're not seeing those. I'm like, I didn't even respond to that. I just deleted
Yeah, that's a wrap, bro. That's a wrap.
I just deleted the number. I didn't even respond back. And she texted me back saying, oh, we're not on the same page, right? And I didn't respond back after that. So did I come off too strong? And she's like, oh, you don't even know me like that. I'm
Listen,
like, okay.
let me tell you something. There's no such thing as coming on too strong with a woman that likes you. You understand? Again, that's another excuse that women give when they don't like you. Oh, you're coming on too strong. Listen, women want you to come on strong when they like you because they want this shit to happen. Don't let them fool you. You see what I'm saying? And on top of that, you wasn't even doing nothing but telling her to do something. You just told her what to wear on the date. You see what I'm saying? And she had an issue with that. Then you said, oh, well, I tell you black panties. You was backtracking a little. But anyway, you said, oh, I'm talking about black panties. And she said, well, you ain't going to see none of that. That's all resistance.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? That's all resistance. See, the thing is this. Think about this. What would be the point of y'all even meeting? If she's like, I don't want to do this thing you're telling me to do, which means I'm not following your lead, and I'm telling you you're not going to get the panties, you're not going to get no pussy, then what the fuck is the point of us meeting? Nothing. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
Right, because she was willing to take an Uber to the spot, which was like over 20 minutes, then have on me for what?
Exactly.
I didn't even respond to that. I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm good.
Exactly. So yeah, she's on some bullshit, bro. You good. You ain't got to worry about see, again, I tell you guys, sometimes a lot of y'all guys be thinking that y'all missing out. And I'm telling you, you're not missing out, because if she was really down, she would have come through. She'd be like, oh, what? Listen, let me tell you something. You know how this is how crazy the chicks are when they really fuck with you. If you told her to wear all black, she would have said yes. And then once she got off the phone or whatever, y'all stopped texting, she would have gotten in her closet. And if she didn't have if she didn't have something that was black, her ass would have went to the fucking store. She went to Macy's or some shit, bought something that's black and wore that shit on the fucking date. You see what I'm saying? So right, when chicks be always on that shit, it's like, understand they just not feeling you, bro.
Right. All right, cool.
All right, my brother. I'm gonna holler at you. All right. So let me go to 613. 613. What's popping? What up? 613. What's going on?
Hello, Mr. Locario.
What up, bro? What's popping? Did you donate?
Yes, sir. I just donated.
All right. So what's going on? What's going on?
All right. So this year I started talking to women, like for the first time, cold approaching women. And I've talked to 42 women. And one of the things I noticed is that some girls will give me their numbers, but then when I set up the date,
right,
they flake. Right. So I wanted to know, how do I reduce the numbers I get that won't convert into dates?
All right. So how many? So you said you talked to 42 women. How many of them have you went on a date with?
Zero.
Huh?
Zero.
Okay. How many numbers did you get?
I'm not sure exactly. Maybe less than 7.
Okay, 7. That's actually pretty good. Out of 40 something, you got 7. That's pretty good. Okay. So now,
I'm not sure though, but I'll say at the very least, I've got a 5.
Okay, so let's say 5. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's say 5. Okay. Listen. Okay, so now This is the thing. And I know K Zach is like, why the fuck you asking for a number, nigga? You supposed to give me your number. But this is the thing. So you said you talked to 40-some women. So let's say you talked to 40 women and you got five numbers or 5 chicks that, whatever, right? Now, what that means is that if you want to get more women, right? You say your average, let's say just off of what you said, your average is 5 for 40, right? So if you want to get 5 more numbers, you got to talk to 40 more women. You understand what I'm saying? And so now what happens is that once you start talking to more women, you're going to find more women who are actually interested in you. But I want to ask you, when you got their information, right?
Mm-hmm.
What did you say when you texted them?
Okay, so let me read one of them right now.
Okay.
Take some time.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see here.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. So hey Fata, it's Abubakar. Abubakar is my name.
Don't say her names and all that. Just leave it out. But go ahead.
Okay, my bad. And then it says, then she said, hey. And then I said, what are you up to right now? And she said, making myself some food. What about you? I said, I didn't actually get the text that day. My phone got the text like 2 days after. So I told her my phone didn't notify me about your text. I love your patience. Right now I'm studying for an exam. And she's like, yeah, I saw you in class, Econ 2101. That was the class we had together. And then I said, Lord, I thought that was you. How was the exam?
Wait, this girl's in your... Hold on. This girl's in your class?
Yeah.
At college or something?
Yeah, I found out she was in my class.
Okay. Okay,
yeah,
so...
I found out she was... Because I called the professor at a student building. And then like a week later, like this week, I found out she was in my class.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. So now keep going.
And then she said, sorry for the late response. I was busy all day. I can't say too much about the exam because I didn't study hard, blah, blah, blah. Looked at the practice midterm. Then I said, no problem. Yeah, it was similar to the midterm. No wonder he didn't want to show us the answer. And I said, you feeling spontaneous and down to hang out tomorrow at 4 p.m.? If not, what days are you free to hang out for a little date?
You said what time are you free to hang out for what?
For a little date.
A little date? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
What's a little date?
Like a date.
Yeah, a date. But what's a little date? Why'd you say little?
A little date.
A what?
A little date.
What's that?
A little date.
What's a little date? Is that Jamaican? What is that?
Something like that.
Okay. All right. So now let me tell you what's messing you up, bro. Why are you having this long drawn out conversation with this woman? Because you done text her and said what's going on, how's class, yada yada yada, right? And you did all this shit before you said let's get together. Why don't you just text her and the first thing you say is, yo, what's up? Let's hang out. Like, why aren't you just doing that?
I chose not to. I felt like I had to do it.
Feel like you had to do what?
I felt like I had to engage in
exactly and see that right there. I keep trying to tell you guys, that's the shit that is fucking you up right there. And what happened with the other women? Was it the same thing with the other 4 women or whatever you tried to talk to?
One of the one, I fucked that one up because she told me, oh, do you have a car? And I took it too personally. It went to my like self-esteem. I had low self-esteem in that moment. So I was like, what the fuck? I should see me if you have a car and all this shit. So that one was my fault.
So what'd you respond to her? What happened? You cursed her out?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So,
I didn't. Let me see what I actually said to her.
Right, because I want to hear what you said to this woman. So what was the first thing you said to her in the message?
Oh, the first thing, I said, hey, it's Abu from earlier today at UCU. How's your evening so far? And then she's like, it's going well. I just finished an assignment. How about you? And I said, that's great. Getting those A's coming in. I said, I slept early, finished today's research on a video I'm working on. And then I said, feeling spontaneous and down to hang out tomorrow. If you're not free tomorrow, what days are you free that work best to hang out for a little date? And then she says, I feel like there's not much to do right now because of lockdown. What do you have in mind? And then essentially we'll go walk by a park close to a place I'm at. And then we'll go to the art gallery if it's not freezing. We'll go to the art gallery if it's freezing.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, a walk sounds nice, but it's too cold right now. I ain't really care to see. She says she doesn't really care to see an art gallery. I said, then how do we solve this location dilemma? And then she's like, haha, you tell me. And I said, how about you let me know where you're interested in going when you meet a handsome stranger. Don't bother with restriction.
Bro.
And then I'll do some thinking based on the answers and get back to you by the end of the day.
Bro, you just need, you listen, man. What's good? Okay, let me tell you what you're doing is good. What's good is you're approaching these girls, you're talking to these girls, you're able to like get numbers, exchange numbers, whatever, how you want to do it, right? Your problem is the execution, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
That's the main problem.
Yes.
Is the execution. So what I mean is that you're not able to guide the woman into making something happen. And what happens is that some of these women just sound like they have like medium interest in you. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm.
Because she said, you said that she said she's not interested in seeing an art gallery.
That's right.
Okay. Did you tell her that's what you wanted to do?
No, I didn't.
Okay. See, and that's another problem. You're saying things that aren't concrete. Right? You're saying like, oh, well, we could probably go take a walk in a park. We could maybe do this. We might could go to some art gallery. Like, what are you specifically trying to do with the woman? Huh? Like what I'm saying is, if you was texting a girl right now to set up a date, where would you say for her to meet you at, or what y'all would do? What would you say?
Right now, I'll say meet me at Penthouse. We'll play some pool, table tennis, maybe grab some coffee.
Okay. Okay. See, you see how you don't sound sure what you want to do? You know, maybe we might do this. It's look, yo, listen, let's meet up Friday, 8:00 at Penthouse. We're going to play some table tennis. You see what I'm saying? No maybes, no, well, if you're free, and if you're not free, then let me know. And maybe if you're okay with it. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, you don't sound sure of yourself. And when you don't sound sure of yourself, right? Women are looking at you like, well, this guy, because remember, part of this is what guys don't understand. And this is why I keep trying to tell y'all motherfuckers about how you guys need to go get this book, Looks Don't Matter. You feel what I'm saying? I need to get this book. Because part of what makes you attractive to a woman is your behavior. You understand what I'm saying? Your behavior. So if you have the behavior of a guy who doesn't know what he's doing, you're not attractive. If you have a behavior of a guy who knows what he's doing, you're attractive. You understand what I'm saying? If you're the type of guy who knows how to lead, who knows how to guide the women into situations, who knows how to tell her what to do, who knows how to tell her where to be, right? That's what's going to happen, where she's going to be like, okay, cool. That's you being decisive, having direction, and letting her know what it's going to be is attractive to a woman. She's like, oh, cool. This guy, he's, he knows how to plan a date, because most dudes don't know how to plan a date. Most dudes are like, oh, well, whatever. What do you want to do? And maybe if you're free, because you said to her, well, let's do it this day. But if you're not free that day, then we could probably do it some other day. Pick a day first. Let her respond to you and let her tell you she's not free first before you even talk about other days. So you have to have a definite thing in your mind of where you want to go, where you want to take her, what you want to do, what time, place, date. And then you let her know what this is. and then you let her respond to those things. Because when she responds to those things, that's going to tell you her actual interest in the situation. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
So
Right.
so you got the approaching women and all that down. Now you got to just work on the execute. Are you on the Bad Boy membership?
No, not yet.
Oh, you got to get on the Bad Boy membership, brother. Either that or get some coaching from me or Miles. Hit us up and let us know what's good, because we got to definitely help you work on setting the date up, because you're talking about the liquid dates and the maybes and all that other shit. You got to get that out there, because what you're doing right now is you're texting this woman, and what it is that she can see that you're not really comfortable in what you're saying and what you're doing. That's what because I can even tell from your voice and what you sound like right now. You understand? You're like, oh well, maybe this and maybe that. So you just gotta tighten that up. So be more decisive about what you want to do and just lay it out. You know what I'm saying? And then let her respond to whatever you're laying out. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, my brother. I'm a holler. Peace. Yes. All right. So this is gonna be the last call for real. 904, and then we out of here. 904 was popping. Who this?
Yo, this is Jared from chat.
What's going on? What up, my brother? Did you donate?
Yes, sir.
All right. What's good?
With that question, I got this chick I'm talking to in another state because I'm an over the road truck driver. So I'm running around. So I got people everywhere trying to see what's up and different types of parts of the country, certain type of women and stuff. So I've been talking to this one girl kind of seriously because she kind of more worth actually taking somewhat seriously. You know what I mean, like that. I only talked to her on the phone once before for a couple of hours. But the other day, because we sometimes text and chat, and I'll send her little links to songs and stuff like, check this out. Or I sent her something about my profession and stuff and what type of lifestyle that is and stuff. If she wants to take it seriously, dating, stuff like that. She didn't look at the link, I could tell, because he was starting to say nothing about it. So I just messaged her one the other night, and I was just like, yo, don't hit me back until you watch that video. Because, I mean, I ended up a couple of days later. I don't know why. I just thought of it again. And I was just like, maybe I was a little bit too harsh, especially since we still ain't linked in person yet.
So wait, so you saying, hold on. So this is a video you sent to a chick that you just started talking to from where? Like, y'all haven't met ever yet?
No, but we've been talking a couple months. You know what I mean?
Y'all were talking a couple months?
Yeah. I've been getting my CDL and everything like that. So, I haven't been able to.
And wait, hold on. I must have missed it. Where'd you meet this woman again? Like, what was this on an online dating site? Like, what are you talking
about?
Twitter. Okay. And y'all been talking a couple of months. How many months? So 2 months or?
Yeah, about 2, 3. Yeah, since like October.
Okay. And you send her a link to a video. What was the video about?
It was about how this dude, this guy, Aiden, my channel, he was showing like how he got into trucking and everything like that. And someone like me had his degree, was doing the office life, wasn't really making the money he needed to make and stuff like that. And then showing how he had to come up with his wife and all that other stuff just from off the trucking.
Okay, and why'd you show? Hold on, and why'd you show this? Why'd you want her to see this video?
I don't know, just to, I guess, see like where I'm trying to be at in a few years. You know what I mean? What my goals is. I guess.
So you want to show this woman what your goals is and all that other stuff, and or are you going to be in it? But why? Why do you care that she knows about that?
I don't know.
I'm saying, what's the point? Like what? My question to you is, what do you want to happen with this with you and this woman? Like, why are you even interacting with her for what? What's the point?
Trying to take it, somewhere a little bit more serious and stuff. But
serious, like what type of serious? What do you mean?
I'm in the like a possible wife or something. If we really click, because we click like that, you know what I mean? But it's like, so wait. I'm trying to hold on.
I'm trying to get what are you like specifically? Like what do you mean by serious? What are you talking about? Like what do you want to happen? So like what I'm saying is, is that when, like, what is their plan? Because you've been talking to her for 2 months. Like, what have y'all been talking about for 2 months?
See, everything. Sex, other stuff, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to hit. I'm trying to see what's good. You know, I've heard.
Hold on. Where does this woman? Does this woman live near you? Like, what is it? Long distance? Like, what's the situation?
Long distance. I'm still talking to other people, of course, but you know, other people be on some bullshit as well. So
But I'm just trying to understand this. So you're talking to this woman for 2 months on Twitter, and you don't really necessarily know what you want to do.
Well, I do know what I want to do, but here's the thing. I'm like, ideally, I'm pro polygamy. She's like, oh, I don't want to do that, blah, blah, blah. But yet she's still talking to me every day, you know. So
Of course she's talking to you because she's talking to you because you're talking to her. Women will always take your attention. What are you talking about? That don't mean she's interested in you. That don't mean she's like, that's what I'm saying. Like she's talking to you because you're talking to her.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. What do you want though? So you're saying, so wait, no. Because you're saying you wanted what, polygamy or some shit? Is that what you said?
Yeah, eventually.
Okay. Well, what I'm saying is that I'm talking about what do you want with this particular woman right now? Like what I'm saying is, if you was to if I tell you, hey, hit her up today and plan something for this week or next week, what would you be doing?
Shoot, probably take her out and then try to get a motel room. So.
Okay, so why haven't you set that up?
Because I'm just getting off the road with my trainer, you know, driving over the road. So
okay, so what I'm saying is when you have time to see her and she has time to see you, why haven't you set that up? Why is that even a conversation? Did you ever have a conversation about meeting up?
Yeah, we have, but you know, that's a couple of weeks off with everything else going on. Cause I'm just getting into the profession, you know.
All right, so y'all had a conversation. Are you trying to set up a time and day for y'all to meet up?
Yeah, I'm not planning on it. Yeah,
when?
On a whole weekend. So.
When?
I don't know. Probably like 3-4 weeks now, a month from now.
See, bro, you confused, bro. You confused because you're talking to this woman. You don't know what you want to do. You haven't planned on doing anything because you don't know what you want to do. And what the woman is doing, she's taking up all of your time and energy and attention because you're giving it to her.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So you're wasting a lot of time on this woman for what?
None is spinning plates, I guess, with everything else, everybody else too. And I don't know what.
Bruh, this is what you got to do, my brother. You have to make sure that you figure out what you want and then make that happen. It's that simple. You're wasting a bunch of time with this woman because you don't know what you're trying to do. Now, again, if you just want to talk to her and fucking chit chat on Tinder, on Twitter and go back and forth and all that, then hey, you do what you do. That's what you're already doing now. If you actually want to do something and make something happen, you need to do that yesterday. Because if that's the case, you're wasting time.
Okay.
You understand?
Right. I'm trying to wipe it, but you know, at least the first time we meet, you know, when they'll tell me everything I need to know.
You say you're trying to do. You say you're trying to do what?
Trying to wipe it, but you know what I mean.
You say you're trying to wipe her up?
Possibly, you know, but I got.
Nigga, y'all never even met. So what are you talking about? Y'all never met. How you trying to wipe her up?
What I'm saying.
So what I'm saying is,
in real life, you know.
Nigga, what I'm saying is, what happened up until this point that makes you think you want to wife her?
Shoot, just a lot of her intangibles. You know, and certain stuff kind of stands out from a lot of other people. You know, yeah, certain.
How do you never met this woman? What are you talking about? How do you know?
Because it's easy. You know, military vet, 2 master's degrees and stuff like that. So
bro, have y'all even FaceTimed?
Yes.
Okay, at least you know, so you know she's a real person.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, again, what I'm saying is that you've never met this woman in person before. So how do you even know you're going to like the way her pussy tastes?
True.
You see what I'm saying?
Possibly, yes, I can hit the first time. You know?
No, but that's what I'm saying. You're talking about wifing up a girl you never even fucked yet. What are you talking about? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Right.
So, bro, he was saying he needed to go on Love Is Blind. So, yeah.
I guess I was just saying, like in the case, in the eventuality that I do, and it is that I already know got to be intentional with for going forward after that meetup. You know what I mean?
Bro, listen. I actually have some audio of you from the future. I got it. It just came in. It just came in. I'm about to play it. So this is you in the future.
I don't know what to do. Oh my God, Facebook, help me. I can't believe this shit. All these months I've been dealing with her, and I just thought she was official. She lied to me.
That's gonna be you, brother. That's gonna be you. I'm telling you. That's you in the future, bro.
I'm trying to break the conditions. You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, bro. Listen, bro. I'm telling you. Stop wasting time with this woman, man. And I know you ain't talking to no other chicks, because come on, bro. You serious? So you got other long distance chicks you talking to, because you a trucker, right?
Yeah, but I got more because I haven't really jumped off the road yet. A lot of the other chicks are more local. So I've been,
see, that's why you're talking so much, because you want some female, female energy. So you just talking to all these chicks, selling them dreams and shit. You feel what I'm saying? But bro, what I'm telling you is you need to set up times to actually meet these women. You understand? Even if you're going to be like, look, I'm going to be stopping in so-and-so city. I'm going to be here from today to this time, come through, meet me real quick. You got to do something like that. Because if you just sitting here going back and forth, chatting with these girls for nothing, and then what's going to happen is that there's going to be a time where you want to make something happen, and then she going to fall off, start flaking, start fronting, start being on some bullshit, because she just soaked up your energy, and you're just sitting there being a guy that she uses for attention. You feel me? So make sure you don't waste any more time with that, man. But I appreciate the call, bro. All right. So, guys, that is it. Make sure that you guys go to badboymembership.com to join the Bad Boy membership. Appreciate all of y'all tuning in. Make sure you guys also go to MrLocario.com. You understand what I'm saying? Make sure you guys go get that the Looks Don't Matter book. Make sure you guys get that shit cracking. Make sure you guys get that shit popping. Appreciate everybody tuning in the chats. And that is it. I'm out of here, guys. I am out of here, and I will holler at y'all later. And remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. I'm out. Yo, listen, I'm tired of talking about fake niggas. I'm a racist because I hate niggas. I ain't good, I'm doing great, nigga. Y'all still keep complaining about bitches, y'all should go date niggas. Your whole existence is comical. Wanna learn how to be real, take notes and follow what I'ma do. I'm phenomenal, sleep on me, beat your ass like your mama do. Matter of fact, sleep on me, I'll beat your ass in your pajamas too. Niggas out here be on that whole shit, they acting like a whole bitch. Nigga, I know this. These niggas trash. I know. These niggas ass. I know. These niggas cap. I know. These niggas whack. I know. They say I use the word nigga too much. Nigga, I don't say it enough. Society treats a nigga like shit, but y'all more concerned about me saying words. Y'all niggas suck. Y'all niggas suck. There's so many phonies acting like homies. These chicks will blow me and fuck me and leave your ass feeling lonely. She's saying she not that type of girl. You need to get to know me. You know that's some bullshit. You know that's some bullshit. These niggas trash. I know, I know, I know. These niggas ass. I know, I know, I know. These niggas cap. I know, I know, I know. These niggas whack. I know, I know, I know. I know these niggas be acting. They never amount to shit because these niggas be slacking. I know they be talking, but they never about that action. I know they be capping when they yapping. I get it cracking. Y'all niggas ain't pimping, y'all be simping while I be macking. I will never say that it happened if it never happened.